Thank you. In the last government, we set and met a target to create 2 million new apprenticeships. And now we've gone further. We want to see another 3 million. And you've just seen why. Our targets are not just numbers. Our targets are people. Like Josh, the young man you saw on the stage this morning. Someone filled with drive, with dedication and determination. The sort of person that this one nation government is unashamedly on the side of and always will be. It's been nearly 20 years since the last Conservative Secretary of State left the DTI. 2 decades of countless Labour ministers, 2 decades of numerous rebrands and name changes, from the DTI to Burr to Biz. At one point, rather appropriately, it was even called Dippy. 2 decades of sidelining and marginalising business, including 5 years of Vince Cable. And believe me, that was more than enough. And so now, after nearly 20 years, the Conservatives are back in business. And my portrait of Margaret Thatcher is back up on the wall. I'm sure she'd approve of my incredibly talented ministerial team. Anna Soubry, Francis Maud, Nick Bowles, Ed Vacy, Lucy Neville-Roth and George Freeman. Now, in the run-up to the election, Britain's businesses knew that there was only one party that backed them, one party that understood their needs. They knew that only the Conservatives could be trusted with the economy, and they knew that a Conservative government would not fix their prices, would not strangle them in red tape, or bury them in a mountain of public debt. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a small startup, a British multinational, we are very definitely on your side. We are the only party that really values markets and free enterprise. We are the only party that supports business to help our economy grow, to let our people develop, and to make our country flourish. Because when you back business, you back Britain. Now, I'm about to say something that is said too rarely by politicians. For the faith that you put in us during the election, for your faith in our determination to keep Britain on the road to recovery, thank you, British business. But business is just the beginning. This one-nation government is on the side of working people too. We understand the dignity of work, the security of a pay packet, the urge that people have to get up and get on. We are the party that puts money back in people's pockets by cutting their income tax rates. We are the party that has presided over a jobs miracle, with more jobs created in Britain over 5 years than the rest of the European Union put together. And we are the party that has ensured that Britain gets a pay rise through the national living wage. And while we have been doing something new for the British worker, the Labour Party has been just as busy, being the same old Labour, electing a leadership that believes in division and not unity, that sets workers against businesses, that fights class war, but won't talk about competing on the global stage. Labour is still stuck with thinking that businesses are the bad guys. They haven't learnt their lesson. They were rejected by the British people, but they stick to their dogmatic ideology, an ideology that ignores the needs of the country and pulls people down rather than raising them up. The new team at the top of Labour will risk everything we have achieved, so hard to achieve. Their policies to borrow more, to print money, to renationalise industry, to put up taxes, would wreck our economy. It would weaken our nation's defences. It would damage our NHS. and hurt working people with the poorest hurt the most. Let us send out a message loud and clear. Labour are a threat to our country, our national security, our economic security, and the security of every family in Britain. We will not let them wreck our country. We are the party that says if you start from nothing and build something that provides employment and security for tens, hundreds, or even thousands of people, you should be celebrated and not condemned. The party that says if you create jobs, if you create wealth, you're not a class traitor or a parasite or an enemy of the people. You are a force for good. And it's not just Labour that has a problem with. Labour's failed system of corporate welfare kept wages down. It watched while workers sank into welfare. It failed working people. So I have a message for the Labour Party today. The party of working people is the Conservative Party. In fact, we are the only party for working people, and you better get used to it. Now, there are those that describe me as a class traitor. Len McCluskey says I'm a vampire, sucking the life out of workers' rights. And he says this because we promised trade union reform in our manifesto, a manifesto that won us a clear majority at the election. But despite that, the Labour Party and its union paymasters call the bill undemocratic. They wrongly say that it's an assault on millions of working people, but they ignore the fact that the actions of some unions is an assault on the lives of many millions more. They say they're standing up for workers, even as working parents are forced to lose a day's pay when their children's schools don't open or have no transport to take them to work. They call it an attack on their right to strike, even as they use a tiny mandate to attack other people's right to work. For too long, trade unions have been able to bully working people by striking, even though only a small number of their members have voted for strike action. So we are introducing new laws to ensure working people's lives aren't unfairly disrupted. Now, if Len's best defense is to call me a class traitor, then I know what we're doing is absolutely right. Like our renegotiation in Europe, to ensure it gives us what we need. And that means much less red tape and much less Brussels knows best. I want to see a European Union that spends less time telling businesses what to do and more time delivering growth, trade deals, a thriving single market that works for everyone in Britain. We have a once-in-a-generation chance to renegotiate and help reshape Europe. We must make the most of this chance. Our message could not be clearer. We will renegotiate and give the British people the right to decide. I started my life living above the family shop. Business has always been part of my life. I've seen how the family mood changes depending on a day's takings. I've seen how companies need finance to realize their potential. I know how hard it can be to set up and to succeed in business. Every time that someone takes the courageous decision to start their own company, the whole of society benefits. That is why I am a Conservative. We are the party for the innovators and the job creators, for the entrepreneurs and the risk takers. We are the party for the people raising their kids in the flat above the family shop, for the people who register a company at the kitchen table and dream of taking on the world. And that is why I'm shamelessly pro-business. But being pro-business does not mean you turn a blind eye to bad practice. Whether you're a bank rigging interest rates, a car manufacturer cheating on emissions, a company not paying your fair share of tax, be warned. we will come after you, because free enterprise is not a free-for-all. My aim is simple. My department will back business to be the very best it can be. We will deregulate. We will keep taxes low. We will boost trade and exports. We will continue to attract inward investment. We will deliver more help for startups. We will back British entrepreneurs. I'm proud to be part of a government that's standing up and taking action. A government standing up to bureaucracy, standing up to Brussels, standing up for business, and standing up for Britain. Thank you.